Hi guys, Neil Waterhouse. This week's video is a Google Keep review. And I have to say, this free program from Google is one of my favourite programs for so many reasons. Not just for business, but for so many personal uses too. I honestly can't think of any human being, besides a baby, that will not simplify their life from using this simple free program. Now, for those who aren't familiar with Google Keep, Keep is a simple way of remembering things and lists and tasks. It's awesome for creating personal lists like shopping lists and so much more, as I'll show you. If you've been following me for a while now, you know that my weekly video blogs are normally about hints and tips and automation strategies to make money on eBay and Amazon. So you're probably asking, why am I doing a Google Keep review today? Well, for several reasons. The first reason is, I think Google Keep is awesome. And I use it pretty much every day on either my phone, my computer, or my tablet. The second reason is, I love automating things in my life. Not just our eBay and Amazon businesses, but anything else in life, so I get as much spare time each day to do the things in life that I want to do. And Google Keep is a great way of automating some of these tasks. The third reason I love Google Keep is it's so simple. So many programs these days have so many features that they feel cluttered, which makes them hard to learn and hard to use. We have this saying, the 80-20 rule, where you get 80% of a performance of a certain thing, whether software or whatever, from only 20% of its abilities. And with a lot of software these days, there's more than 95/5, that you only need to learn 5% of it to get 95% of its functionality. And the great thing with Google Keep is it's back to the bones. It's straightforward and it's simple to use. And amazingly, Google Keep is free. That's right, it's 100% free. I'll put a link on the screen and below to Google Keep. Let's just launch straight on in and I'll show you some of the uses I use Keep for in my life. And maybe you can find some uses for it. Anyway, let's start off with something simple, like creating a shopping list. One of the awesome features of Google Keep is it works on your computer, and it's also an app for your phone or smart device. And the great thing about this is you can create a shopping list on your computer and it'll automatically show on your phone. So when you're out shopping, you'll never forget your shopping list. And you can also add things to your shopping list wherever you are on whatever device you're using. Let me show you. Here's what my Google Keep looks like. Let's say I want to create a new shopping list. You click here and then enter the name of your list. For this list, I'll call it Woolworths. We like to have separate shopping lists for each store. Now I'll enter a few groceries like milk, bread and lettuce. And then click on the close button. Now I'm doing this on my computer, but if I go now to my mobile phone, I can see my new shopping list straight away. And if I add another item to the shopping list using the app on my mobile phone, it magically appears on my computer. Let me show you some of the other features. At the top, you can click on the pin and this task will stay at the top. Down the bottom here, you can set reminders where Google will remind you at certain times, and it can also remind you when you arrive at a certain location, as you can allow the Google app on your phone to have access to the GPS in your phone. That way Google can remind you of tasks when you arrive back home or at a certain location, like at a shop or whatever. Next is the Collaborator. This is really powerful. Here you can add the email address of another person and they'll have access to this list. If you have low-cost overseas virtual assistants working for you or running your eBay Amazon businesses for you, this can be really powerful as you can share tasks and see what has been completed and what needs to be completed. On a personal level, you can use the Collaborator so you and your partner can share a shopping list. So you can both add items at any time from your computer or any smart device. On a business level, because Google Keep is free and works in the cloud, you don't need to buy licenses for all your virtual assistants. You can set tasks at any time for your virtual assistants. You can be at your favourite coffee shop and your virtual assistant can be working in, say, the Philippines. And you can instantly share tasks live, and they can also add, remove and set completed on certain tasks. Now, before anybody sends me a message asking where can you get low-cost overseas virtual assistants from, I'll put a link on the screen and below to a free guide showing where you can get low-cost overseas virtual assistants from $1 per hour. The next button is the colour palette, where you can change the colour of any list. Here I've set this one as blue. The next button is where you can upload an image for your list. The next button allows you to archive your list once you've completed all your tasks or checked off every item on your list. The next button shows several other features which are mostly self-explanatory. However, the one I love the most is Show Tick Boxes. When you select Show Tick Boxes, a square checkbox appears next to the list of all the items on your list. The awesome part about this is, let's say you're out shopping. Now, once you grab the milk, using your phone, you tap on the checkbox next to the milk, and the milk drops to the bottom of your list and is now classified as completed. This enables you to focus on what is remaining on your shopping list. And the awesome part about this is next time you go shopping, you can go through all the completed items at the bottom of your list and uncheck them if you need to purchase them again. As soon as you uncheck them, they'll appear back at the top of the list. This is a great way of remembering things. Also, having the checkboxes and being able to see the tasks or items that have been completed is very useful if you have virtual assistants working for you, and it also gives you self-satisfaction every time you tick off another task yourself. In the industry, this is called gamification. So that's a quick demonstration of how Google Keep works. Here are some of the applications I use it for in my life. For business, myself and my team have meetings every Monday morning, and for each project, we allocate different tasks for the different team members. Using Google Keep, I have a task list named for each person, and that team member has access to that particular task list. At any time, I can see which tasks they're working on and which tasks they've completed. And yes, my wife and I both use Google Keep for our various shopping lists, whether it's for food shopping, hardware, chemists, grocery, whatever. If I have a meeting with my accountant, I have a separate list of all the points I wish to discuss with him. And for those who have been following me for a while, you'd know my favourite hobby is building and flying radio controlled planes. Now, Google Keep is an awesome place to record things like aerobatic manoeuvres, so when I'm at the flying field, I can quickly access the list on my phone and remind myself of certain manoeuvres. Some of my planes are quite complex with jet engines and whatever, and have quite complex pre-flight checks which need to be carried out every flying day. And again, Google Keep is an awesome way of doing this, so I don't forget something important. And unlike using a paper checklist where it's hard to move things back and forwards, with Google Keep you can just add and remove things at any time, which is awesome. Now, I also use Google Keep for taking notes before creating these videos. It's also brilliant for other checklists, especially if you use the checkbox. Let's say you're taking the kids away on a camping trip. You can spend some time before the trip creating your checklist on Keep, so when it comes to packing time, you can simply work through your checklist. And of course, at the time you go camping, you've still got the same checklist, so you don't have to keep remembering what you had and what you don't have. And if you were camping, you say, oh, geez, I wish we had this next time, you can just add it to your list on your smart device. Now, other things we do in summer, we do a lot of water skiing, so we have a checklist for that. Keep is also awesome for making a particular meal. We regularly in winter have roasts on Sunday nights. So we have a shopping list just for roasts. That way, either of us can quickly drop into the shops and grab everything on the list without stressing that we've forgotten something. And again, if someone says next time, oh geez, I wish we had this for the roast next time, add to the list, done. Now, and to think also with Google Keep, your partner can even be sitting at home and add more items to the list while you're out shopping. So anyway, I hope this quick Google Keep review helped, and I hope you can find some ways to simplify your life with it too. I'd love to hear if you're using Google Keep now, and if so, what tasks do you use it for? That's all for this week. Please scroll down, leave me a comment below, and while you're there, make sure you hit the subscribe button for more no fluff hints, tips and automation strategies to make money on eBay and Amazon without leaving the comfort of your own home. Until next week, stay safe, list more, sell more. This is Neil Waterhouse.